Remy sent him graphic videos of herself, perhaps thinking they would be enough to lure him back after months of betrayal. She had been unfaithful with none other than Easy the Block Captain, Capo's protege. And yet, despite the audacity of her actions, she truly believed those explicit films would be the final push to make him leave Claressa Shields. But he wasn't impressed. Now Claressa is calling her out for what she really is, desperate and thirsty. Even with full awareness that she made a colossal mistake by walking away from Papoose, Remy is still flooding his inbox with videos and messages he never even asked for. Talk about exhausting. Here's the real issue. Remy is crumbling under the pressure of trying to be everything that Claressa is. But let's be real, she never will be. And that realization is driving her erratic behavior. She sees that Claressa isn't just another woman, she is a powerhouse. But Claressa? She's having none of it. She's making it clear she is not the one to mess with. So, what is Remy's endgame? What's her true motive behind chasing after a man who has clearly moved on? Let's not forget who Claressa Shields is. We're talking about a professional boxer, a 5-division world champion, an icon in her field. Meanwhile, Remy's legacy is, well, let's just say it's looking a lot less golden. She failed to keep her rap career afloat, got dragged by Nicki Minaj, ended up in prison, and then completely fumbled Papoose, her biggest supporter, by cheating on him. And not with just anyone, but with Easy the Block Captain. It's almost laughable. Because here's the truth. While Remy's world was falling apart, Papoose was the only one standing beside her. The man literally risked his own freedom for her. Remember when he tried to break her out of jail with a skeleton key? That's the kind of loyalty most women dream of, and she took it for granted. As a result, he was banned from seeing her for 6 months. And honestly, it could have been worse, if it weren't for top-tier legal representation. But even after all that, even with the system against him, he stood by her side. If that wasn't proof enough of his devotion, let's take it up a notch. He didn't just wait for her, he married her over the phone while she was still incarcerated, and yet the minute she got her freedom back, she repaid his unwavering love with betrayal. The irony? She thought he would always be there, waiting, begging for her love. But when she finally realized the depth of her mistake, he was long gone, already embracing a new chapter with a woman who embodies strength, success, and loyalty. His rapid recovery and upgrade to Claressa Shields stunned many, but it shouldn't have. The man had already given everything to someone who didn't value it. Moving on wasn't just an option, it was a necessity. And while Papoose is now leading a peaceful and fulfilled life, Remy is unraveling. She lost him, and she lost him to a woman who represents everything she isn't. Claressa Shields is the epitome of a champion, both in the ring and in life. And that realization sent Remy into a spiral. Because let's be honest, Easy the Block Captain, that's a major downgrade. If Remy was expecting some kind of glow-up, she failed miserably. It's clear now that she thought Papoose could never do better, that he would somehow settle for less once she left. But he didn't. He leveled up. And that, more than anything, is what she can't seem to handle. So, in true Remy fashion, she took to social media, stirring up drama, trying to claw her way back into relevance. But the internet sees through the act. Because at the end of the day, the one thing she never anticipated was this: Papoose finally choosing himself and choosing better. Screenshots surfaced of Papoose and Claressa together at her home, catching him in a rare, unguarded moment, fast asleep. Remy wasted no time stirring the pot, posting, "Papoose is lying in my house, dead asleep, on the phone with Claressa Shields. And he won't leave." The moment she heard my voice, this so-called world boxing champion got scared and hung up. I'm telling you everything now. Oh, and you're not alone, darling girl. You already know that. Claressa wasn't about to let that slide. The moment she caught wind of the post, she clapped back with fire. "You're tagging me with a man who already has a girlfriend named Remy Ma. But what's your point? If I'm not the only one, then why all this drama?" Not one to back down, Remy hit back harder, dropping more receipts, screenshots of Claressa allegedly telling Papoose to stop, bringing up her name in public, claiming it was bad publicity for her highly anticipated December 25th film. Was this a coincidence? Or was Remy playing a calculated game, deliberately trying to sabotage Clarissa's big moment. She knew that the media had been painting Papoose as the golden boy while she was cast as the villain. She felt the pressure of the narrative closing in on her, convinced that someone behind the scenes was pulling the strings. I begged Papoose to shut down the rumors, but he told me the best thing to do was to stay silent. "I've moved on," he said. "I would never have touched you anyway, you're ugly as hell." But Remy wasn't about to be silenced. "Don't worry," she wrote. "I've seen it all, and soon, so will the world." And Papoose? Was he really staying silent in the middle of this messy back and forth? Not quite, because on Christmas Day, while Remy was busy setting social media on fire, he was getting ready to make a move of his own. Instagram went up in flames when Papoose exposed Remy for cheating on him with Easy, when in reality, she should have been home with her kids. And if that wasn't enough, Papoose reminded everyone that Remy spent last Christmas at his house with his daughter. Now that he's officially moved on, she's spiraling, lashing out, fabricating stories, and doing whatever it takes to stay relevant in his life. "She's got a narcissistic personality," Papoose revealed. "I even suggested we handle things like adults and get a divorce, but she refused. Why? Because she couldn't admit that I knocked that clown out. And let's be real, I still have messages from her people begging me to fake the knockout. But guess what? There was never a real fight. He didn't throw a single punch. The last time I saw him, he was curled up in the fetal position. Everybody saw it. And let's not forget, this man had an affair with my wife. I didn't knock him out for no reason. He shook my hand like everything was cool, then turned around and did me dirty. So yeah, I handled it." Even Clarissa's ex-boyfriend, who had long since moved on, jumped in to defend her after Papoose hit Remy with the truth. The moment an ex-boyfriend starts publicly backing his former girl in a situation that doesn't even involve him, you know the drama has hit a whole new level. After all of this, Remy appeared to distance herself from Papoose and Claressa. But let's be real, it didn't last. The more she tried to play it cool, the stronger the bond between Claressa and Papoose became. The couple started showing up everywhere together, and Claressa didn't hold back when it came to expressing her feelings. "Yeah, that's why I said I love him," Claressa admitted in an interview. "I love having his support. His support is just different. The way he speaks to me, the way he treats me, it's different from anything I've experienced before." And just like that, the rumors started flying. Papoose might just be getting ready to put a ring on Claressa's finger. The moment Remy caught wind of it, she lost it. She went right back into full-blown panic mode, trying everything she could to wedge herself back into Papoose's life. Allegedly, she even started sending him explicit videos and photos, hoping to rekindle something that was long dead. If that isn't toxic behavior, I don't know what is. People have their own opinions, of course. One commenter summed it up perfectly. "Legally, you can separate for a year. Remy knows Papoose is in a committed relationship, and yet here she is, acting out like this. What exactly is she trying to prove?" But here's the thing. Papoose isn't falling for it. He's not giving her the reaction she wants. And with every move she makes, Remy is looking more desperate than ever. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Her own so-called boy has already gone public, claiming he's been with her for at least 2 years. So what's she trying to prove now? Through it all, Papoose has been methodical, cautious, and let's be real, blessed. People are calling him one of the last good men. And honestly, they might be right. One thing's for sure. Remy fumbled a solid, loyal black man, and the whole world saw it happen. But what do you think? After all this mess, do you really believe Papoose would take Remy back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, trust me, you'll want to stay tuned because this drama, it's only getting wilder. Remy's antics might have pushed away most women, but Papoose knew exactly what he needed. A real one, like Claressa.